Welcome to Community Connections. I'm Kathy Millett. Comic book fans may not be able to attend Comic-Con, but MCCS is here with a brand new event to bring a little bit of that here on Okinawa. It's called the Super Duper Cosplay Contest 2014. And joining us today is Crystal Rivas from Food and Hospitality. She had a large part in organizing the event. Now, Crystal, tell us about your costume.
Okay, well, I'm dressed as Fiona from Adventure Time. She's a fan fiction character that they decided they wanted to incorporate her in the storyline of Adventure Time, and she just blew up. I mean, she comes on a couple of times, but she's the best kind of girl superhero that there is, especially for young girls. You know, she's awesome.
You made this costume.
Yeah, I don't have a sewing machine, so I had to hand stitch everything. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
Tell us about the event. How did you guys come up with the idea?
For the well, the event started out as it was going to be just a free comic book day. We were, we had a bunch of comics that we received from DC and from Diamond Comics, and it just seemed a little like, for lack of a better word, boring. So then, they kind of brought me in on it because they know that I'm like really into anime and comics. I love manga. Manga is like one of the things that I'm obsessed with, and so they kind of asked me for my advice, and I was like, hey, let's do a cosplay contest, let's make it big, let's like blow it up and make it fun, and they're getting their comics at the same time, and so it kind of changed. It went from free comic book day to Super Duper Cosplay Contest, with free comic books.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Do you think a lot of people are going to dress up?
I hope so. I think so. I know when you're in Japan, it's like you just feel the need to cosplay, and everybody's like really looking for that opportunity. And I know that the Comic-Con is like one of the best opportunities, but this time we're like, you know what? Let's do just nothing but cosplay, all right? Let's just make it so big, and this is all about you guys and your creations and your costumes, flaunt them out, show them off.
Now, the costume contest, cosplay contest, is going to be a big deal. There's going to be lots of other events going on throughout the day, but this part is huge. Can you give everyone some advice on where to go and how to get ideas? Yes,
there's actually a fabric store out there called House of 66 Cents, and basically it's kind of like a Joann's in the States. They have everything that you need to make your creation. Like I created my hat and I created my backpack from all the items that were there. Pretty reasonable priced, but
and
that's
it's
pretty
really close to Camp Foster.
Yes, it is. It's actually I think it's the 330 on the 330. It's very close. You can also go to the monkey store, Make a Man.
They've got a ton of supplies.
Yeah,
there.
they have great supplies, especially in their 99-cent section. There's a lot of like wires and stuff that you can use in creating your your props and stuff. Where else? Daiso, the 100 yen store. Yeah, that one they have a lot of really great stuff that could be used too.
Now, you told me before the interview that the costume contest, you encourage people to make their costumes if possible, try to make the majority of it.
Yes.
But if they absolutely can't find anything here because it's only a month away, then it's acceptable to have some purchased items in there as well.
So we're really trying to do this as Comic-Con authentic as we can, but we understand, hey, we're in Okinawa and things happen, and we don't have a lot of things available to us like you do in the States, but we're okay with that, and we're gonna say we would like at least 50% of your costume to be handmade, to be created by you, not store-bought. If you choose to store-buy a costume and enter the contest, we really highly suggest that you make it your own creation, add stuff to it, make it different,
Especially if you're going to be in the contest, because you're judging based on originality.
Yes, we are.
And that too. And you don't want to look exactly like the person next to you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to buy that costume from Don Quixote and then like you see the same exact costume on the stage. Yeah. It's just a little embarrassed, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So what do you recommend? Going online and looking up how to make some of these costumes?
Absolutely. Especially like you can find different like stencils everywhere. You just
patterns,
Google it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got the pattern for the Finn hat or the Fiona hat. I just used the pattern for the Finn hat, which is, you can find that on instructables.com. The backpack, I found it on Instructables as well. And just everything else is kind of like the socks are bought, shoes are bought. The skirt I had to make because they didn't have skirts this color. So I bought like the ugliest pair of shorts I could find.
And altered them.
And I altered them and made them into my own. But I mean, you know, you can find a way to do it, you know, if you really love cosplaying.
So go online, find your costume and your patterns, and write down all your supplies that you need.
Absolutely.
And then check out the 100 yen store first.
Yeah, that's the best thing because, you know, price-wise, you really want to look for. I was trying, to be honest with you, I was going through all my daughter's clothes trying. I was like, I don't want to buy anything.
Okay, now let's talk about the event. It is next month.
Yes,
Where is it at?
June 21st. It's going to be at the Palms on Camp Hansen. It's a very big location. It's great. It's just a great place. I mean, we had all these ideas. You see like the light bulb in our head when it's going to be filled with awesome things. It's going to be really exciting. Before everybody walks in, we will be issuing them a MCCS bag. You know, it's going to be filled with 2 free comic books, random comic books, but certainly age appropriate. It's going to be filled with a schedule of events, the guidelines for the cosplay contest and the other contests that will be available.
Let's talk about that really quick, the guidelines. Before people go out and spend a lot of money and time making these costumes, there are some rules because children will be there. So what are some no-nos for that?
You definitely want to not come in like in risque attire. You know, we understand like Princess Leia is a really big, you know, she's a big cosplay costume. You know, that can be fine. But make sure that, especially with the stockings, we're asking for anybody who's going to be wearing any kind of bikini-like costume to please wear stockings. The flesh-colored ones are the best. That's pretty much like what we're asking for, just nothing too risque, you know, because we got to remember kids are going to be there and you don't want to be looking all crazy. They're going to be looking at you like, what are you wearing? But,
so the gift bags are going to contain 2 comic books. You're going to get 2 free comic books.
Yes.
And what else is in the bag?
So we're going to also include the new guide that's going to be coming out. We're also going to include the stamp card. So this stamp card is actually it's the Super Duper Cosplay Contest comic book stamp card. We are going to issue every person a stamp card. You are going to have the chance to get up to 6 free comic books. There's going to be a limited amount, so you know, because we don't know how many people are going to be going. So definitely, and stamp cards will definitely be part of the prizes issued. So you know, you win a contest, we're definitely going to give you an extra stamp card so you can get some. There's some of the comics that we will be issuing are actually limited edition, new 52 series comic books from DC. One in particular is the Green Lantern comic book that we received. It's actually a recall comic book because it has a teardrop in it. It's worth like $25. I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? You know, you wouldn't think that, but and you know, that's kind of one of the things that we're going to be getting. We want to make sure that everybody gets something. So the stamp cards, do not lose them. You will just pick whatever comic book you like, and then you give your stamp card to the attendee that will be there. They just cross it out. You're good to go.
Okay.
You know, if you find something new you want, go back to the table. You still got a couple stamps left. You're good to go.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty easy, I think. I just really wanted to tell people that.
Okay.
We will be having a comic scene art contest. And this is a like really fun idea that we decided because we were incorporating comic books. We wanted to be something more comic related, but we're doing it with a little twist, right? So we are actually, it's going to be a hand-drawn scenario scheme comic, which you need to incorporate any form of military branch.
Okay.
So for example, a person signs up, pulls a scenario out of the hat. The scenario says, draw a military member teaming up with Batman to defeat the Joker. So this is like you have to incorporate that's the fun thing that we're incorporating us as military members, you know, like into this comic scene. And it's just basically it has to be drawn in the same same way a comic would be. You have 3 choices of comics scenes, I guess you could say, or comic choices. So like, you know, there's the American comic book way to draw, and then there's also the manga scheme way to draw, and I included the web comics. I know that they're a little bit different, not a lot of people know about them, but it's more an internet, kind of an internet used comic scene, but you know, you can also do art. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Now there's 2 age categories, correct?
Yes. So we're going to have 2 categories. The first category is called the Prime category, and that is for ages 15 and up. And signups are between 12 p.m. to 12:55 p.m.
Okay.
The contest starts 1 p.m. sharp. The contest will be providing all materials to all contestants. So please do not bring in your...
Don't bring anything. It could get lost and stuff.
Yes, and you can't. So just to make it fair, you know, we're issuing each contestant, you know, the same amount of items, the same item, you know, whatever it is that we have. I think it's about 10 items that we'll be giving to the Prime contestants. Then we also have a youth slot, and that's for children ages 5 to 14.
Okay.
And again, we provide all the materials for them.
So
and
don't bring anything.
there's a special, they don't have to do a scenario scene. They can draw anything in relation to comics, cartoons, movies, or video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So those 2 contests are going on, and you can, as a participant, you can judge?
Yes, actually that's pretty awesome. So we're making this an audience judged contest. What we're going to do is, after the Prime slot finishes after the contest finishes, we're going to be displaying all their pieces for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, everybody gets to view all of them, see, and then after that, we're going to be putting out, I guess you can say, judging jars, and that's where we're also going to be issuing 2 slips of colored paper, and they're basically going to be kind of like tallies. So for the Prime slots, we're going to put like a jar right next to each person's artwork, and the audience gets to judge which ones they like the most.
Okay, so you have that, and then what else is going on? You have
we have a video
trivia?
game. we have a trivia contest. We're going to be doing 3 throughout the day. They're going to be easy questions, you know, intermediate questions, and like expert questions. And you know, the harder the question, the better the prize.
Okay.
So.
And then there's also the cosplay costume.
Yes, contest. That will be held from. It's going to start 2:45. And it's going to go on to about 4 o'clock, and judging will be at 4:30. Now this is going to be like a tallied judge. They're going to be based on questions asked. Each participant will go on stage, and they'll have 2 minutes to kind of present themselves and their costume. The judges will be asking 1 question each. You know, kind of get a little bit more information, find out how you created your creation. Why is it so special to you? You know, more about the character too that you know of. You know, it's kind of something that they do and they take to importance, especially at Comic-Cons when they do these cosplay contests.
So if you want to participate, you pretty much should be there all day.
Yes.
Show up at 12.
Show up at 12, be there. If you haven't signed up yet online, registered online, then definitely show up at 12, go straight to the cosplay check-in desk and sign up right there.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Really
thank you so much. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, and you have can they go to the Facebook page?
Yes, so we have a Comic-Con Facebook page. I believe it's MCCS Okinawa Comic-Con. It's actually, we've been posting all the guidelines and schedules, and just for each contest that we're having out there. Another note, the art contest is actually a sign-in day of, so there is no register
Okay,
for that
to show up
contest.
that
So
day.
yeah, but you have to, if you want to be in the prime slot, you have to get there early, like when doors open.
Okay, and once again, it's June 21st?
June 21st
At the Palms.
At the Palms on Camp Hansen.
All right, thank you so much.
No
For more
problem.
information, be sure to check out our website at mccsokinawa.com. Stay tuned, right back with more MCCS TV.